Welcome back to the Scotland 9-hole Cup Expert Division qualifying round. Hole number 3, we're going to be sending it across the gap using either a Kingmaker or a King Slayer. You'll need APOC 5 plus. And we're playing the standard Endbringer rule for our approach. We can also play it with the Rapier. The adjustment for the drive is P3 plus 10% max. We're going to set up at P3 max extension. We're using 5.8 top spin and 3 left spin. At P3 max extension, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 2/3 of the blue ring into the left rough. APOC 7 will be red ring touching left rough. And then APOC 8 is 1/3 of the red ring in the left rough. All of that is at P3 max extension. Release, adjust P310 max, and then we're going to play full overpower and APOC 5 left curl. With that being said, this is a slight headwind on this shot, and so it is a full OP shot. There is no control to this. However, you can set up with a P3 ball, and then before you adjust, switch to a P4 or a P5 ball to give you a slower needle speed, right? The shot has been tested wind 3 and wind 4 only. I've not tested this with any other wind resistance. And what I have noticed is using a wind 4 ball with lower winds, anything below 8 miles an hour, it's my recommendation that you take off a little bit of curl so that you can make it a little bit more great left friendly, because the lower wind, we're not going to adjust as far to the right, and therefore if you hit a great left, there's a chance that it rolls into the rough on the top. So, but we've played this shot with king winds and have been fine using APOC 5 left curl. The only time had any issue was with a great left and low wind. So because of that, I recommend you take off a couple of clicks of curl, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is our starting position. You're going to adjust. Generally speaking, we pull about 2 rings, give or take, of OP here. On most situations, we're using 5.8 top spin and 3 left spin. Now, if you wanted to switch to, say, something like a luminary, and you only have 2 left spin, if you have APOC 6, 7, or 8, you can use it and just add a little bit more curl. If you have APOC 5 and you want to switch to that, you may want to shift your starting position to the left a little bit to make up for that lack of 1 bar of side spin if you wanted to slow your needle speed down and you only had 2 side spin. And this is going to be a great left shot. And this is the reason that I'm telling you that you need to move it over or reduce the curl a little bit, right? And that's why I'm showing you this shot. So this is our standard curl for this shot, which is, center line touching the outside of the triangle, left curl. If you have low wind below 8 mile an hour, my recommendation is that you have your center line splitting the top tip of the triangle right here. So you just take off a little bit of that left curl, and that is so that this doesn't happen to you. I'm going to hit this great left, and I'm going to roll long and just barely creep into the rough on the left. See, we're not in there by a whole lot, right? So you just take off a few clicks of curl there, and minor great lefts should still be safe. As far as a perfect goes, and using higher winds, this is what it'll look like. Well, this is 7.7, so it's still a little bit under 8, but you'll see this is a perfect drive, and it's going to come in very nicely. And it should be a little bit more forgiving with minor great rights because it's going to be into the wind, and so it will have less effect with a minor great right than it will with a great left. E3 plus 10 max, 5.8 top, 3 left. See, we clear the rough nicely. We roll up just short of the green. Depends on the wind angle and wind strength. Sometimes you'll finish just left of the hole, just off the green. Sometimes you'll finish right here where you're just short of the green. In all cases, it plays the standard Inbringer rule, P3 plus 20%, or I say P3 because I'm using a P3, but it'll be whatever Powerball you're using, 20% standard Inbringer rule. The one caution I have for you here is there is some glitchy spots on this green, so you can try to play it with max topspin, but make sure that you're not catching a glitchy ball guide. If you're catching a glitchy ball guide, you're going to have to take that spin off and play it at the standard Inbringer rule with no spin. No matter what you do, just make sure that you're avoiding any glitchy spots and that your ball guide is just through the back of the cup. Use whatever Powerball you're using in your app for your Inbringer rule. That's my recommendation, is just to play the standard Inbringer rule because you have less chance of catching a glitchy ball guide. If you're not using full topspin, if you're using full topspin, there's a greater chance that you catch a glitchy ball guide, in which case you might have to scramble to get everything set back up and play the standard Inbringer rule. So for the easy eagle, the easy shot, my recommendation, play the standard Inbringer rule, plus 20%, whatever Powerball you're using. Good opportunity here. Nice, easy eagle. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next one.